Well, I think personally, I think the way I found out is just classic. I called Tu Cahoon on Tuesday just to talk to him about some hockey stuff, and obviously both our seasons had ended prematurely, and we talked for about 5 minutes, and then he had to rush off the phone. He was doing something. Toot's always doing a number of tasks at once, and he said, "Geez, Mark, I'm sorry to be short with you. I got to go. By the way, congratulations on Coach of the Year." And I said, "Excuse me?" And he went, "Oh, no, you didn't know." And in retrospect, I don't know if I would have wanted to find out any other way. Toot has meant a lot to me as a coach, and so that was fun. I didn't know that, first of all, it's an honor, and to go in with Dick Umile, who I have the utmost respect for. For me, it's one of the attractions to coaching at Merrimack College was being able to coach in what I think is the best league against some of the best coaches, some legends. So it makes the award pretty special. The fact that no one from Merrimack had won it. There were a lot of years where there's so many deserving coaches. It surprised me, to be honest with you, with some of the years that Ronnie Anderson had. But it's special. I'll tell you right now, it's a staff award, and I think of all that Glenn and Phil have done this year. I wish Darren Yopik were here to reap some of these rewards, because he paid a pretty dear price and was was as big an architect in this as I was. But I think we'd all traded in to have our teams here. We'd give that award back in a heartbeat to have our team still playing and in with all the teams competing for the championship. You'd run out of tape if I gave you all the thoughts and appreciation that I have for those young men. We've already done our interviews with the senior class, exit interviews, and I started out just by thanking them. They believed in us. They believed in a plan. It wasn't in execution. And I'm sure after that first year they felt like it was an execution. But to go from scoring 37 goals in 34 games and winning 3 games to the best year in the program's history, this year meant a lot to them, because they knew that they put some pride back in that jersey. And, this program will forever be indebted to J.C. Robitaille and Pat Kimball and Justin Bonatadabas and Andrew Braithwaite and Patrick Bowen and Brandon Sidlowski. They're the ones that took the brunt of it. When we started, we talked about wanting patriots and not historians, guys that were willing to leave their mark, and that class definitely has.
I think it's a compliment to our program. It's obviously it's not one person. It's a coaching staff. It's the team. It's recognizing the team for the regular season, and obviously it's always special when your peers recognize your program. Well, he's been a terrific kid. I mean, obviously he's had a fabulous season from start to finish. The disappointing part is not having him play here in Boston. He's a Boston kid, but he's been a great leader for us. From day one, he's been doing a lot of things for our program. He worked real hard at it. He had a fabulous season, so it's nice to see him on it. There's a lot of great players in this league, so the fact that he's on it as the player of the year says an awful lot. No question, we didn't have a lot of numbers, but if you look at our seniors, obviously Bobby, Peter LeBlanc, who was a co-captain, who had a pretty good season as well. But just very quietly, the backbone of our team was Brian Foster. It's nice to see him recognized as on the first team as a goaltender, because he just did it. Every night he gave us an opportunity to win when we needed help on some nights, and again he made the big save at the key time. So it was great to see him recognized.
I think it's a great job by the coaches who do the voting, and I don't ask them any questions. We don't know what's in their thinking. There probably are some people who just know how hard it is to win the league and cast a vote for the league winner almost automatically. But you had to be impressed with what Mark did, and I don't like to overplay the Merrimack story and all that. But the fact is, he probably doesn't have all the resources that other coaches have, and to beat every team in the league at least once, and it got to the point now where you can just hear the way coaches talk talked about playing Merrimack in the second half of the season. There was a shift that it wasn't a surprise when something happened good. The coaches, who tend to be the first ones to understand what everybody in the league has, had respect for Merrimack all year long. And Da Costa and Canada are kind of big game type players, and when you have a guy that can create offense like that and a goalie that's that solid, it's no surprise they were able to do what they did.
I definitely owe it all to my teammates, my line mates, especially Phil and Paul most of the year. They did a great job, and I know it's obviously quite the honor. It's a great league to be a part of, so it's just kind of special definitely to me and my family, and definitely thankful to my teammates. Definitely, my dad, my mom, they both drove me everywhere growing up as a kid, and I owe it all to them, obviously. They brought me into this world, so definitely love them for that. Yeah, we definitely have had a four years together, long 4 years, and they're all great kids, and Brian Foster had a great year, and Nick Kratos and Pete LeBlanc are great teammates, great leaders, so it's definitely key to have them in the locker room and just keep everyone's heads up and keep them going for next week, hopefully.
Well, it's an honor, obviously. I had a good year, but it's most of it's because of my teammates. My coach trusted me, made me comfortable coming to Merrimack, and the first day I arrived there, I just felt like it was, a part of the team already, so it was a good year. It's a big family, like it's small, but it's not it's not like big schools that are overwhelming, and it's a small school. Everybody knows everybody. It's a good environment.